Fuck you, Bell Alliance spokesperson. Seriously, I was totally on the ball, and then you opened the fucking door, wanting to sell me a cable package I already fucking have from a better company, and now I'm fumbling around trying to get ready for the podcast.
But you're cute when you're fumbling around.
Better than getting visited by Jehovah's Witnesses.
They'll
never leave.
I would rather get visited by Jehovah's Witnesses because I don't have to buzz them in. The Bell Alliance people, they never buzz. They're just in the building already. I was like, fuck.
They just phase in.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but like one person buzzes them in, and then they just knocking on every single fucking door, bugging the shit out of everyone. I swear to God, I'm gonna smack the next bell because they're knocking on the door like intermittently, and they can never take no for an answer.
Oh boy, isn't that fun?
So who else saw the leaked Steven bomb?
I saw it on Kiss Cartoon.
I didn't see it leaked. I'm from the future. I saw it during its correct air date.
Zane's from the future, guys. How does our marriage go?
Well, I'm not from that far in the future.
Oh.
Oh, you don't want to leave it as a surprise?
I don't like to leave anything as a surprise. So, what'd you think of it?
This bomb was the bomb.
Oh, God. God damn it, Zane. It's too early in the evening for this.
It's 5 episodes of story.
Yeah.
I honestly probably wouldn't have been able to wait a day between each episode. I probably would have ended up looking up all of them online, even if I had waited for the correct air date.
Well, it aired early entirely of Cartoon Network's own doing. Like, they were the ones who leaked it early.
Well, if it's their fault, then it's their fault. They've got no one to blame but themselves.
Yeah, I don't have a cable package. I don't have cable because I don't need it. So, I don't think I've ever watched Steven Universe legitimately.
Yeah, if anything, the episodes getting leaked like this, and the fact that a lot of people will watch them online anyway, it's probably yet another hint that cable companies should just start moving to internet. Like not just cable companies. Cartoon Network and Warner Bros. They need to just start putting all their stuff online for consumption.
Well, didn't they try that with things like Bravest Warriors, and then it just didn't go very well?
I mean, I liked Bravest Warriors.
Yeah, but the thing is, they ended up really struggling financially putting up TV quality animation on YouTube.
I think what we need to see is a fundamental shift in the format for television, where it isn't so much broadcast at this particular time as it is made available, and you can just watch it whenever you want.
Like Netflix.
Yeah. Sort of a reconfiguring of cable in general to be closer to a system like Netflix or YouTube. Because people like to sit in the living room and watch shit on watch shit on TV. Not a whole lot of people want to sit at their computer and watch something on YouTube.
That, and people have lives. They can't always watch things that at the time they air, so
a DVR has been a sort of half measure for that, but I do think that overall television networks as a whole, like the very framework of television itself needs to fundamentally shift.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that Steven Universe's air date schedule is kind of screwed up to begin with.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, Steven Universe just can't fucking pick a goddamn schedule. It's like, are you doing it in bursts? Are you doing it consistently? Make up your fucking mind, sugar.
And how many shows have, even if they're really good shows, have just gone belly up because their networks put the new episode air dates at a really bad time? I remember I was growing up, I really liked the show El Tigre on Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon just put it either so late in the evening or so early in the morning, no kid was going to be awake to watch it. And it just ended up fizzling out.
That's not the problem that Steven Universe has. The problem Steven Universe has is that they'll have a few new episodes. We were off this habit for a little while, but we seem to have gone back to it, is that we'll have a few new episodes, and then we'll have this massive fucking hiatus. And we just have these fucking bursts of new episodes, and then everything's just goes to sleep.
Sometimes it won't even be bursts of episodes. Like, if I'm remembering correctly, Gem Harvest was completely on its own thing. It was like weeks apart from the previous episode, and now this Stephen Bomb.
I suppose with a Stephen Bomb like this, it makes a bit more sense because it's 5 episodes that tell one overarching story within the story. You watch all of them together like a big movie. Well, a little movie.
Or an episode of a regular series.
I'm okay with having like Stephen Bombs like every other month, and maybe sprinkle in like the filler stuff like on the off month. I think that would work a little better, but the fact that they just can't make up their mind is it's confusing. It's frustrating.
Well, I hate the idea of the Stephen Bomb because, for one, it builds up a massive amount of hype as you get closer to it. But then, like I said, everything just goes to sleep in the months in between. And droughts are a terrible idea. This is a lesson that Blizzard's had to learn the hard way. Content droughts, where there's just nothing for an extended period of time, and everyone's just kind of waiting, like, oh, when's the new one going to come out? That's never good, because it very slowly creates this I just don't care anymore mentality.
With Steven Universe, you're really waiting for the actual story bits. Like, as cute as some of the filler episodes is, I don't really care about Onion or Kiki or any of the Frye family, or Lars for that matter. I'm waiting for the stuff with Pearl, Garnet, Amethyst, and Steven. Not really interested in the Beach City stuff.
Yeah, I've complained about this quite a bit in the past, is that Steven Universe loves to do its slice of life episodes, and it loves to do it on random fucking bit characters throughout Beach City, and it's like, fucking Christ, do something with the characters that are actually interesting.
I like some of the Beach City characters.
I mean, I like some of the filler stuff too, but it feels unnecessary at times. It's like, that's nice, but it's not what we're here for.
Yeah, I guess so.
One of the big problems is that, you look at Friendship is Magic, that does the whole big adventure plus slice of life thing, but it tends to balance it in such a way that both of those are equally interesting. With Steven Universe, the two simultaneously running storylines is what's going on in Beach City and what's going on with the Gem War. And the Gem War stuff is really interesting. It's really unique. It's really original. And the Beach City stuff is not. In fact, they're generally some of the worst episodes Steven Universe has. I would have less of an issue with Steven Universe Slice of Life episodes if most of them were good. But most of them are crap.
Yeah, and speaking of interesting Gem War stuff...
Oh boy, did we get an overload of that this time.
I gotta say, I like how in the span of one episode, the Diamonds went from boring one-dimensional dictator analogy to Fionn and Tolra in the span of about 5 minutes.
I don't know who those are, but I'm going to assume they're interesting characters.
Yes, they are.
I love Blue Diamond. I love her design. Her voice acting is really good. And I just love the dynamic between two flawed ways of grieving between her and Yellow.
Yeah, I was when we were first introduced to Yellow Diamond, I didn't really get a good grasp on how big the diamonds are, but now that we've actually seen them interacting with the characters and like grabbing Greg in just their hand, I'm actually really intimidated by them just by their size alone. Like, whenever Steven gets excited over Giant Woman, that's me opposite, terrified. Oh my god, Giant Woman.
I think they're the same size as Alexandrite.
I think they might actually be a little bigger, but just a little bigger.
Yeah, either way, I want to see a throwdown between one of the diamonds and Alexandrite. Also...
Oh, you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Also, I think White Diamond is going to be kind of the end boss, or the main antagonist of the entire series. Also, I found it really interesting that Blue Diamond is, from what we've seen of the Diamond so far, is the kindest of them. Just from how much she cares about the other diamonds. But then we have Ruby to remind us, yeah, she ordered for Sapphire to be shattered. So, yeah, she's not really all that great when you think about it.
I'm getting this sense that the Gem Society, like as a whole, really puts a lot of weight on the class structure. Like, where you are determines how the people above you will treat you. Like, the Diamonds will obviously be kind and empathetic and or whatever to each other, but as you go down the chain, they're gonna be like, "Why should I care? You're so beneath me." And that sort of goes all the way down to humans, who they kind of see just as animals, hence the zoo.
Yeah. Also, it was pretty funny to see them all struggling to keep up their roles of the gems that they used to be. We got to see Sapphire being nervous.
Oh my god, Ruby holding Sapphire's hand to try and calm her down. It was so precious. I love it.
Yes.
Yes, Ruby and Sapphire are just super dirty. But of course, I mean, we've seen that before with Hit the Diamond, but every time something gay happens, it gets faster.
I've seen that video. It's about 6 minutes.
Yeah. Cuts the entire episode down to half its length.
Yeah, once we get to them actually flirting on the diamond, my gosh, does it go quickly.
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to look that up now. Well, talking about Ruby and Sapphire, moving to Garnet, did either of you find it kind of weird how Garnet didn't really explain herself as to why Steven shouldn't go to the Pink Diamond Transport Pangodas thing?
The Palanquin.
The Palanquin.
Well, the Gems have always been so fucking tight-lipped about, like, 90% of the stuff going on within the story that I think at this point I've just kind of become numb to it. I mean, it's like, Steven's like, I want to know this thing that has to do with Mom. And the Gems are like, no. Nah.
Well, we see him finally lose his patience about that.
Oh yeah, that was a moment I was particularly fond of. I was like, yes, Steven's had enough of your shit. He's kicking the fucking story forward.
Steven, please, you're making Pearl very upset, and he just has this moment of, what the fuck? I'm very upset. Fuck you.
I just thought if Garnet really wanted to stop Steven from going wherever he wanted, then telling him that a diamond was there waiting for him might have made him hesitate a little bit, I think.
Yeah, she was talking about, like, oh shoot, I've made it more interesting. Like, even if it made him want to go even more, you could have told him why that's not a good idea.
Even then, it's just a matter of, don't go right now, we'll go later. It's like, why? Because Blue Diamond's there right now.
And then that's another thing that confused me. What? There's obviously some sort of connection between Steven and Blue Diamond, otherwise how the hell was he seeing stuff through her eyes and crying her tears? But what connection is that? That's, like, Rose Quartz wasn't a diamond, so I don't really know, I don't really understand where the connection is with that, and I'm afraid that's not going to get explained.
Well, you see...
Or was she?
Well, you see, Zane, I believe that Steven is Blue Diamond's final Horcrux secretly.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that. I'm confused about that and hope that we get an answer for it.
Yeah, why the fuck is Steven crying Blue Diamond's tears? What the fuck?
Oh man, they made his tears very, very big in this, but it kind of makes sense since Blue Diamond is huge.
Yeah, if he's literally crying her tears, then of course he's probably gonna have like faucets out of his eyes instead of like tears.
Yeah, those tears are on par with Chihiro crying in Spirited Away.
Those are uncomfortably huge tears. I like that we got a chance to get out of Beach City a bit more, but we haven't really gone anywhere interesting in a while now. We haven't really had any big adventures outside of Beach City, save for the kindergartens and space.
Well, like I said, Rebecca Sugar seems to be really determined to just not tell her own story. And I don't know why. It's like, she's really into the people of Beach City. And admittedly, some people in the fandom are really into the people of Beach City. But it's like the background ponies in Friendship is Magic. You know, that's not where the interesting story is.
There's potentially interesting stories there, but they're not actually there.
Yeah, they don't tell them very well because Sugar can't write for shit. But it's like 90% of the episodes is slice of life.
And maybe they'll introduce like bits and pieces of the larger story so that you can't really skip them if you want to know what's going on. But I really liked that bit where Greg and Steven are walking through what looks like an animation studio, and he sees them drawing rose quartz I think it's Rose.
They're drawing Greg.
Oh, they're drawing Greg.
In his Korean tourist outfit.
Either Greg is aware that he's a cartoon character, or he just had quite the metaphysical...
he hasn't had a trip like that since college.
An existential crisis. That was what I was looking for.
He hasn't had a trip like that since that time he saw his son fuse right in front of him.
All right, who laced my weed?
Seriously, go back and watch that bit where Steven and Connie start dancing, and they ended up accidentally fusing in front of Greg, and just look at the face that Greg has, and it's fucking majestic.
I love Greg. I think he's so amazing. You're right, he is one of the best cartoon dads.
He is the best cartoon dad. Greg is like, puts up with so much shit and handles it all like a boss.
Yeah, like when he gave advice to Connie and Steven about Kevin.
Yeah, he's just so chill about everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like getting kidnapped by a giant blue woman.
Yeah, and even when he does freak out, it's more along the lines of, shit, okay, I can deal with this, just give me a second.
Yeah, he's probably seen worse.
Greg is one of those people where just nothing phases him. Everyone else around him has some form of crippling PTSD, and Greg's just like, yeah. Well, I have seen some shit.
I suppose someone has to be the Rock. Hi-yo!
God damn it, Zane.
Well, I mean, he does miss his wife, but he didn't fight in the war.
Well, no, if the Gem War was like 5,000 years ago, then he wouldn't have seen shit there, but...
Yeah, like he was saying that he doesn't really know anything about Rose's past. He has no idea that she shattered Pink Diamond.
Well, I'm betting that the Gems may have taken Greg on an adventure once or twice. He's probably seen something that he couldn't, like, bleach out of his mind.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, fusion alone may have screwed him up a bit.
Yeah, can you imagine Pearl's reaction to having Greg dragged along for a mission?
I don't think I really need to imagine that, because her reaction to Rose turning into Steven during 3 Gems and a Baby kind of sells it for itself.
Yeah, that was a really subtle little detail there, how she's just completely sullen and doesn't really look at Steven very much.
And of course, nowadays, she's all, that's not my baby!
Nah, don't kid yourself, Pearl. That's totally your baby.
Yeah, Steven's just so cute. Pearl couldn't help but have him grow on her.
Steven's like a fat Billy.
Yes.
He even kind of sounded like Billy, like in the first few episodes. Like the first season.
Yeah, Steven's original voice was just... Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think I could have taken his outburst at Garnet seriously if he'd had his old voice.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that would just... Ugh. Why? Why do you have such terrible voice acting? Why?
Oh, speaking of his change in voice acting... I got a little bit misty-eyed in Adventures in Light Distortion, where he's struggling to slow down the ship, and he starts crying and talking about how much he wants his dad. He just cries out for his dad. Just, I want my dad. No, my heart.
Aww.
Going through an acid trip like that after everything that was happening in the last few days, that would break me too.
Why did Lapis and Peridot go?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. I mean, the only reason they gave is they needed someone in Beach City to protect Beach City, but it's Beach City, who gives a shit?
But now they have the barn all to themselves with no interruptions.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was a really intense scene where he keeps struggling to hit the screen, and it just keeps slamming back into the chair.
It's probably going at like 12 light years a second.
The resounding thud every time he does, and the music gets gradually more intense, and he's trying to calm himself down, but it's not working.
You know, I did think it was kind of funny at first seeing the gems get squished down like that, but as it kept going on and as Steven kept panicking, I'm like, I'm not having fun anymore. And then they get slammed into the back of the ship, and I'm not sure what happened. They didn't really explain it well. Their physical forms were getting dragged behind or something.
Yeah, they were lagging because the ship was going faster than light.
At that point, I was like, please just end it. Please just stop.
By the way, I finally get the joke that you guys were talking about in the Patreon call last week about... I didn't see the clip, but it was something Amethyst was saying that could be taken in a sexual context, and I finally saw it, so I get it now.
Which one was that?
I didn't know I could stretch that far.
Oh, right.
Oh,
God. Right. I remember I was on the floor when I first heard that one.
I wonder if she's actually tried to stretch that far before.
Giggity.
Oh gosh.
I think I phased through a planet.
Oh my god, Amethyst was on point during this 5-parter.
Oh yeah, I mean Amethyst is usually like the worst of the group, but this time she was fucking awesome.
And she finally met other Amethysts and bonded with other people from the beta kindergarten.
And a Jasper.
Oh yeah.
There was a Jasper there too.
I thought that was a really sweet moment. Like, I had problems with Amethyst before the Runaway Kids episode, the kindergarten episode, where we first get introduced to that concept. And then when you realize just how much she dislikes herself, you sort of start feeling really bad for her. And you want her to just buck up, I guess. I mean, you want her to be happy with herself. And here, when she finally meets like other amethysts, other gems like her, she's finally getting some of that validation. Like, you can get validation from other people who haven't necessarily lived your life, but getting validation from people who are just like you, it does make you feel a lot more confident about yourself.
Oh yeah, even meeting other amethysts who quote unquote came out right and still love her and think she's awesome. That was a good day for Amethyst.
So one of the big problems with Amethyst up until this point is the fact that like her entire character has been, I'm sad and I'm snarky. And because the most character development Amethyst ever got was just building up more on her insecurities, I don't know if this is the case for anyone else, but there eventually reached a point where I was just like, ugh. Yes, Amethyst, we get it. You're very insecure about the fact that you're stunted. I don't care anymore. Do something.
Isn't that kind of what Steven told her?
Yeah, I think so. Just kind of like what Twilight told Luna. Was a very veiled, oh, will you quit your fucking belly aching and just get up?
And that did lead to Smoky Quartz.
Oh yes, the yo-yo fusion.
Smoky Quartz herself isn't my favorite fusion, but she's my favorite in concept.
I think Smoky Quartz is a they.
They? I keep yes. saying she because
Well, hang on a sec, because the wiki has this all over the place. Smoky Quartz wiki.
I just like the idea of Steven fusing with the other gems, and I really can't wait to see the fusion between like Pearl and Garnet, because I'm half expecting whatever fusion that comes out of it isn't going to want to let Steven go once the other half realizes, oh God, he's depressed. He needs our love. We can't let him go.
Yes, Smokey is a they.
Okay.
I think Pearl's kind of learned her lesson with doing that with fusion by now.
Oh God, Steven fusing with Pearl. Well, that would just be Rainbow Quartz, wouldn't it?
I'm hoping they don't just do Rainbow Quartz. I'm hoping they do something different.
Yeah, Rainbow Quartz was a bit sexual. That might be weird for something between Pearl and Steven.
Honestly, Stevani is kind of sexual. It's
because Stevani looks vaguely human-like. But I can imagine Pearl fusing with Steven and then just being, like, very shocked and confused when it's Rainbow Quartz.
Yeah, I think everyone would be a little confused by that.
Well, like, what did you expect? It's kind of like with Lion. Is there some kind of relationship between Rose Quartz and Lion? Oh yeah, that's why he's pink. It was kind of obvious.
This bugs me. What's the deal with Lion? Why does he have an entire pocket dimension in his fabulous mane?
You know, he hasn't showed up for a bit. Like, I can't remember the last time we saw Lion.
Bismuth.
Yeah, Bismuth. It was still a while ago. Or it just feels like a while ago because of the schedule.
Lion just kind of does his own thing.
If Lion does have something to do with Pink Diamond and Rose Quartz, it's probably a good thing he didn't go along. Having him, Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond on the same ship might have led to confusion, anger, shenanigans.
Probably. I gotta say, probably one of the most interesting things that's actually come out of the story is the circumstances surrounding Rose shattering Pink Diamond, because Pink Diamond's gone, Rose is gone. It all happened so long ago that it's essentially a bad memory for a lot of people. And you see the crystal gems, like, rationalized it with, oh, she had to, and blah, 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 an evil dictator. But then you see just how much it's fucked up Blue and Yellow Diamond. And then you're just stuck, you're in this situation of you want to know what the fuck just happened, but because it was so far in the past, you're always going to have that ambiguity. You don't know who to believe.
Yeah, you'd probably only really get the true story from one of the diamonds, or maybe Bismuth. Bismuth went away before the end of the war, so Jasper maybe would probably be able to tell, because she was so hell-bent on avenging Pink Diamond. She probably has the moment when she got shattered engraved into her memory.
That's assuming that she was there. I kind of want Steven to have like an Avatar Roku moment where he's able to communicate directly with his mother. He can get all these answers and he can kind of yell at her for being dumb sometimes, especially when it comes to just being completely oblivious to Pearl's feelings for her, and then the whole thing with Greg, like, come on, Mom, I've had to pick up so many pieces that you left behind.
I feel like he may have been close to a moment like that during the, I can't remember the title of the episode, but it's when, Steven, Greg, and Pearl go on, like, a vacation to their Vegas analog or whatever. When Steven's singing the song at the very end, there are points where, Rose Quartz voice actor takes over. And it's like, is that Rose peeking through, or is it just Pearl and Greg imagining that it's Rose singing to them?
Speaking of Rose, there's like thousands of them in bubbles in Pink Diamond's bedroom.
Yeah, I reblogged a picture of one of the Rose Quartz coming out from the bubble and picking up Steven going, oh, I've never had a nephew before. And I just thought that was so adorable.
Yes. Yes, I wanted to turn out that Steven totally stole one of the bubbles and then just pops it open and lets the Rose Quartz form.
I would love it if, after all the amethysts from Earth turned out to be pretty chill, like pretty easygoing, I would love it if there was just something about Earth that made all the gems like, no, we like life. We like it here. You can't have this planet.
Jasper was from Earth.
I mean, exceptions to the rule. I mean, Jasper's the only gem from Earth that we've seen be like that. And that we were assuming for the longest time that she was a homeworld gem. So.
Well, technically she was. I mean, Earth was a homeworld colony.
I don't know. It's confusing. We've seen more gems from Earth be nice than we've seen gems from off Earth be nice. I mean, Lapis and Peridot are the only homeworld examples that have turned into good guys. So we've sort of been dancing around probably the creepiest part of this 5-parter, and that's the zoo itself.
Oh my gosh, yes, where there's kind of this discourse of, oh yeah, these people are happy, they're here, they get everything that they need, but they don't seem to understand that they're being imprisoned, and their caretakers, well, Pink Diamond does, or Blue Diamond does, but the caretakers are kind of going back and forth on whether they're gonna shut the place down or not.
Not to offend any Christians in the audience, but it's like the Garden of Eden if Eve hadn't taken the apple.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Well, they weren't imprisoned there.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, if they were imprisoned in the Garden of Eden, they wouldn't have been kicked out the minute they broke even one rule. That's not how prison works.
Moving on, I completely missed what the choosing was supposed to be until they actually had people inside the circle. Then I realized, oh, that's what this is. Oh my god, all these humans are inbred as hell.
I was gonna say, so what if one of them is gay? Are they still gonna be chosen with someone of the opposite sex for the sake of reproduction? And then when it comes to Greg explaining that no, on Earth you get to choosing who you want to be with, and then all of them choosing Greg.
I don't think they would really understand what homosexuality is. And I somehow doubt the gems would have explained that to them, even though the gems are just lesbian space rocks.
Yeah, I suppose, couldn't Greg just, instead of simultaneously breaking everyone's hearts, he could have just said that he's already chosen with someone else?
Well, they were all trying to choose him at the same time, so they probably wouldn't have been able to understand that one person can only be chosen with one other person. At least in nuclear families.
Only one person can be chosen with one other person. And they would just go, why? And Greg would just go, shit.
Well, you can't make a baby with 3 people.
No, but you can raise one with 3 people.
You can raise one with 3 people, but I'm pretty sure the choosing's entire purpose was to make sure there were more humans around. I'm pretty sure they were all like a family, quote unquote, together with each other. The choosing was just to pair them off to make more humans. It wasn't actually marriage, like Greg explained.
I do like that moment where Steven's getting prepared for the zoo, and the arms come down to take off his pants, and he's like, nope, I'll do that myself, thank you.
And I'm actually kind of surprised that the machine actually let him do it himself.
Well, it's gonna happen either way.
And the winner for the worst phrase to take out of context goes to...
You're a butt.
Aw, don't call me a butt.
I'm gonna call you whatever I want.
I'm not a butt, I'm cute.
You're a butt and you're cute.
Lizzie.
What?
Don't call me a butt.
You're a butt.
Don't call me a butt.
You're a butt. Now shut up.
But don't call me a butt.
Lily.
What?
We're getting off topic.
Yeah, so?
You're a butt, and that's final.
Yes, ma'am.
You two are so weird. I mean, I like it, but it's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing at this point.
You know, I'm actually kind of surprised that Steven didn't try to break out all the other humans as well.
Steven doesn't give a shit. He was there for his father.
And everyone else was taken by the amethysts, and they're happy there. I love how he's just not into it at all throughout.
It kind of reminds me of that one video from The Odd Ones Out, where basically he's at summer camp but he's being a pissy little piece of shit, so he's just got to ruin it for everyone. Remember after we were done, we were told to check our shoes for scorpions, but I didn't because I hated everyone?
Let me guess, there was a scorpion in there.
No. It was kind of anticlimactic.
See, that would have been funny if there'd been a scorpion in there.
I don't see why there was actually any reason to break the other humans out, because the other humans were doing just fine.
I mean, yeah, they were doing just fine. It's just Steven, I don't know. I would have thought Steven would have wanted to free everyone if he thought they were being imprisoned there.
Freedom is relative.
Yeah, I guess.
And I don't think it was really possible in this case. They only just managed to get away with only Greg.
He didn't even really bring up the possibility of even coming back for them. He just said, nope, got my dad. We're leaving. I did think it was amazingly adorable how all the amethysts, when they're rushing in and grabbing all the humans, they're actually comforting all of them. They're not just rounding them up. They're actually going, no, it's okay. You'll be chosen by someone else.
Yeah. The amethysts do seem pretty relaxed.
I want to see more of them. I want them to come back to Earth and make like a fraternity house with our amethyst.
I want to see them all. The A-team.
You know they'd be all over that.
I want to see them have a wrestling tournament.
I know we were complaining about the filler episodes at the beginning, but I would actually like to see that filler episode.
Yep.
The Amethyst Wrestling League.
I kind of want to see Pearl interacting with Yellow and Blue Diamond's pearls.
Yeah, I want to see more of bitchy Yellow Pearl. Who authorized you to make this call?
It looked like Blue Diamond and her pearl got along pretty well.
I actually thought there was this point, like right before they started singing, and oh god, we need to get to that. There was this point, like right before they started singing, where Yellow Pearl looked at Blue Pearl, like with this kind of sneer on her face, and I got the feeling like Yellow Pearl has inherited some of this superiority complex from Yellow Diamond. Like even amongst pearls, she thinks she's like hot shit.
She's the Steven of Steven Universe.
Oh, it just got me.
Lizzie gets that. Now let's just see if Zane gets it.
I don't get that.
Steven is a character in Django Unchained who is... is he the movie's main villain?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he the guy that Leonardo DiCaprio plays?
No.
No, he's the guy Samuel L. Jackson plays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so...
But he's quite a nasty piece of work.
But moving on to that song, oh my god. I love it. I love it.
Two different flawed sides of the grieving process. And we get to see Yellow Diamond cracking down by the end.
Yeah, this series may just be the first time an accordion has ever sounded intimidating. Like whenever I think of an accordion, the first thing I think about is usually Weird Al. So I see an accordion as something that's happy and uplifting. But here, it has that same sort of effect that the Jaws theme does. You know, that dun dun dun. It sounds like a heartbeat. But this accordion here in Steven Universe, it sounds like breathing, like that. It's unnerving, is what it is.
Yeah, I was more paying attention to the lyrics of the song, how the line, "What's the use of feeling blue?" can be seen as feeling blue as in feeling down, or feeling comma blue in reference to feeling anything and talking to Blue Diamond, and also repeating the phrase, "What's the use in feeling?" in general. Like, what's the use in feeling? What's the use in feeling blue?
I brought this up to Lizzie a couple of days ago, but I think one thing I actually really like about this about the whole thing is that there's almost this deliberate shittiness to it, where like almost everything from the music to Yellow Diamond singing is so off key that it actually it's the first time a musical number actually feels like it's being improvised on the spot. And I'm just kind of I'm kind of assuming it's deliberate because, you know, if the singing and music was actually off key, they would have done like a second take or gotten a different singing voice for Yellow Diamond. Then again, this is Rebecca Sugar we're talking about.
Yeah, I kind of got that from how Yellow Diamond would hold on to a note as if she's trying to figure out what the next couple of lyrics are going to be.
That being said, if it is supposed to be improvised, it's pretty good improvisation.
The ability to mimic shittiness, like mimicking something that's bad, is really difficult to actually do. It's easy to be bad when you suck at something, but if you're good at something, making it sound like shit is really hard, and it's a detail that I thought, wow, this actually really fits. It's better that this musical number sounds like crap.
I think I've definitely heard worse, but yeah, this does have this offness to it. Like, it's not quite right in any regard. And that, I guess that could sort of represent that Yellow Diamond, despite trying to ignore all emotion, she's still feeling broken up about Pink Diamond. Like, no matter how hard she tries to hide it, no matter how hard she tries to become like a Vulcan or whatever, she can't get away from it.
It doesn't seem to me like she's trying to turn into a Vulcan. It honestly seems to me like Yellow Diamond is processing her grief through anger, hence why she wants to destroy the Earth.
But even then, like, when Peridot called up Yellow Diamond and Yellow Diamond said, well, I want that planet to die, I didn't really get anger out of that. Like, I got the feeling like she was destroying the Earth just out of business. Like, this was just par for the course. And like she was trying to eliminate the emotion of destroying a planet.
Or just turn it into something productive.
I caught so much anger and vitriol from that scene.
I only caught anger after Peridot started to deny her. And I took that more of a soldier disobeying their commanding officer rather than she's so angry that she wants the planet specifically to be destroyed.
But think about when Peridot gives her identification number and Yellow Diamond is going through her data panels. It's like, this says here you're late on your mission to... How is the Earth? And there's just that pause, that delay, that emphasis that just highlights just... Oh, fuck this thing again. Why is it always the Earth? And you just listen to all of her dialogue after that. It's full of life. Organic life. And the emphasis on, and I want that planet to die.
Yeah, I guess I do see that, but my first time watching that and on subsequent watch-throughs, I only really felt like this really was just business as usual. Oops. And when it came to this episode, I started thinking, well, maybe she's just trying to eliminate any connection like back to Pink Diamond. Like, she just wants to forget and move on. Like, as much as she's grieving, she doesn't want to grieve. She just wants to, okay, she's gone, she's not coming back, I need to move on. And the first way to moving on is to destroy that rock. That is the reason why she's dead in the first place.
I don't think she is grieving at all. I think that's kind of the dynamic. Blue Diamond is doing nothing but grieving, and in over 5,000 years, what else has she been doing than thinking about Pink Diamond and keeping up her legacy? Whereas Yellow Diamond has kind of skipped that step altogether, whereas Blue Diamond's not moving on at all. Yellow Diamond's moving on without doing any necessary grieving. She's trying to shut down her emotions and move on, but she hasn't actually done anything to actually move on. She's just ignoring it.
Not sure she has. She's been developing the cluster.
She told Blue Diamond that she should shatter all the gems in Pink Diamond's room. You know, like, let her soldiers share the same fate as her. I think her words were. And I just got the feeling that Yellow Diamond is trying to move on, but the continued existence of Earth and all of Pink Diamond's soldiers, it's keeping her from doing that. I don't know. I suppose I'm going to have to rewatch a lot of older episodes now that I've got some context.
Yeah, I imagine that at some point Steven's going to be reflecting on everything he overheard from the Diamonds. And especially the point that they still don't know that the cluster's been contained.
And the fact that the Diamonds are on their way.
Yeah, they're gonna come. Oh my god, they're gonna pull a Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They're just gonna start snatching humans off the Earth.
Yeah, that seems to be the part that a lot of people are actually overlooking, is that they just made plans to fucking go to Earth and snatch a bunch of humans.
Well, thanks, Sapphire.
Fight! 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 Oh, I'm so ready to see the Diamonds fight something.
The second invasion of Earth.
Yeah, and we get to see more of the gems actually being the crystal gems and defending the Earth.
Yeah.
If there is going to be like another war on Earth, then it's probably a good thing that they got the Amethysts on their side. Like, they got the Amethysts' support in some way. Oh my god, that scene at the very end where, I'm forgetting the head of the zoo's name, who she was.
Holly Blue Agate.
Holly Blue Agate. I just love how Pearl, like, drops the mic on Holly. Like, you're not gonna tell the Diamonds about us, because if you do, they're gonna blame you for letting us go.
Doesn't seem like a wise thing to do, Holly Blue.
Oh, you can just tell that after all the shit Pearl's gotten from people like Holly Blue Agate, the chance to just rub it in their face and say that will be all back at somebody was just too good to pass up.
Oh, yeah.
Even Steven was applauding her. He knows that had to have been cathartic.
It was like just like what Garnet said. I've been waiting to do this all day.
She just does a switcheroo and bangs her in the stomach.
Oh, that was fucking amazing. All the Amethysts are just cheering their asses off. Oh, that was a glorious way to close the episode. That was. Pearl does not get a whole lot of awesome moments, but that was definitely an awesome Pearl moment.
Man, I probably watched that like I watched that over and over again. Just that scene, because I love seeing Pearl be badass. Just because of how little she gets to be like that.
Oh, I just kind of remembered. Well, they're on their way back to Earth now, so Steven's gonna have to do the whole faster than the speed of light thing.
Yeah, with Greg.
Pearl! My dad's not in good enough health to live to be 110. Oh. What about 109?
It amuses me to no end how often Pearl forgets that humans don't often live past 100.
I just don't understand so much of human things. Garnet gets baby Steven a razor. Greg immediately takes it away like, whoa, he doesn't need this. Like, yes, he will. In the future. Wink.
Did she wink or did her glasses just flash?
It's the same thing.
So, when everything comes back from its next hiatus and we're back to fucking boring shit on Beach City while we wait for the Diamonds to hyperdrive to Earth, unless they just warp at the same speed.
Well, we got about 70 human years to wait for them.
I want to see like an army of hands descending from the sky. I mean, I love the spaceship designs of the gems. I love that they're just arms. Like, that's so cool. It's so simple, but it's cool.
Blue Diamond's one has that more elegant shape, and Yellow Diamond's one is a closed fist.
Vader's fist. I could have gone for a much more lurid fist joke, but I opted for Vader's fist.
You did it anyway.
You could have stopped, but you did it anyway. So what is next? I mean, do they have a schedule for it yet, or are we just that far away from the next one?
Does Steven Universe have a schedule?
Oh, please. The next time we see something come out of the Gem War, it's gonna be, like, toward the end of Season 9.
Yeah, I don't know how long I can wait before I can see the invasion start.
Yeah, it is getting annoying just how long all of this seems to be taking. Unnecessarily long.
You have promised us an invasion, Sugar, so now you have to deliver.
Invasion. Invasion. Invasion.
Now you're sounding like an X-Files fan.
I've never seen the X-Files, so I have no idea what you're referring to.
There was supposed to be this big invasion that they kept putting off, and the show got canceled before they could get to it. And the new series finally had it, and it was a disappointment.
Oh, that's gotta be the fucking worst.
That's what I have heard. So.
Oh, those poor people who were weirdly into the X-Files.
Is there anything else we haven't touched on yet?
That one short red gem was adorable. I'm not the shortest anymore!
Oh yeah, the Schmoll Amethyst. She was so schmoll.
Yes.
And she was so happy that someone else was schmoller than her.
Yes, so small.
She's like that picture I put up on Tumblr of the bulldog pup looking at a tiny toy dog. It's a doggo that's smaller than me.
He just looks so shocked and mildly offended. How dare you be smaller than me? I am the baby of the family. I am small and pudgy.
Tumblr, because if a picture of a fat puppy butt doesn't make you happy, I don't know what will.
I love that puppy. I want exactly 5 of those puppies, all of them named Steve. Even the girls will be named Steve.
I'll take 12 in purple.
I want to set up a conveyor belt of puppies so I can kiss all their tummies at once. I want a human-sized basket with a blanket in it with a Gengar pattern, and I will curl up with it surrounded by puppies.
Careful, you're approaching a puppy overload there.
I want that pumpkin puppy that Lapis has.
Yes, that thing is freaking adorable. I love it.
I want Lapis's pumpkin pupper.
Did anybody else think it was really fucked up when Steven carves out the jack-o'-lantern and completely traumatizes it?
Oh, that was totally fucked up.
Yeah, that was totally fucked up. Like, what the hell? Whose idea was this?
Like, he completely laughed it off. Like, oops, I didn't really think that through. Meanwhile, that thing just thought he saw something getting murdered and gutted. Like, look, it's a short, fat human. I like him. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? What the fuck? I'm scared. He was shaking and they had to pick him up.
No! Uncle Tusky, no!
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, and then he had to run and jump into Mama Lapis's arms.
I think they made a joke like, oh, well, see, he's finally come to you now. Yeah, because he used to like you, Steven, and then you did that.
Well, at least Lapis and Peridot have a friend now. A small pumpkin friend.
They have a little baby that they've adopted.
Does that mean they're married?
Yes, that does mean they're married.
I ship it.
Everybody ships it.
Peridot's so spastic, and Lapis just doesn't care about anything.
The only people who don't ship Lapidot are the people who ship... Fuck, what's it called? Lasper. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I just made one up on the spot. Oh my god, now that there's a new, different, nice Jasper... Fuck, Lasper's gonna see a fucking revitalization.
Oh, why not ship her with the tiny amethyst?
No, you gotta ship Peridot with the red amethyst. Like, Peridot and Lapis are married, but they both have separate girlfriends.
No, we want to ship our amethyst with the red amethyst. I think we're scraping the bottom of the barrel now.
Excuse me? There is no such thing as scraping the bottom of the barrel when you're talking about adorable gem polyamory. I mean, if you have somewhere else to be, Zane.
No?
Oh, that's just sad.
Lily, don't be a butt. What did I tell you about being a butt?
I told you not to call me a butt.
Stop being a butt, then.
No.
Oh, God, not this again.
You not call me a butt. You stop calling me a butt right now.
Lily, shut the fuck up and stop being a butt.
No, I will not shut up. I will not stand for this injustice.
Lily, shut up.
No, I will not.
Shut up.
This injustice will not be tolerated. I will not be silenced.